average person, the average African immigrant you would run into, or the African diaspora, is over educated that you could meet. We bag degrees like it's going style. I have been connecting with, our people at different, are doing different, just in different walks of life over the last few months, few weeks, and it's incredible how talented, how educated our people are. We are for sure, an overeducated bunch. That is just the game. That's just the nature of the business. That's just who we are. So we're qualified, we're overeducated. I don't think there's anything like overeducated. We're just over-certificated. Let me put it that way. Because that was for most of us, qualifications, that was the way out. That was you have to go to school to make it in life, to do well, to thrive. That was the lesson a lot of us received. That was how we mostly, grew up. We've had this mindset that it's not optional, it's a non-negotiable, and all of that. But somewhere between chasing growth and managing expectations and doing the immigrant, navigating the life of an immigrant here in the United States, people tend to hit the ceiling, right? We hit the ceiling, or we hit this, exhaustion, are worked up and worked out, right? And what you start seeing is, income plateaus, right? You feel like you've hit this income ceiling, you can't break beyond a particular income. You find yourself working or overworking to compensate. You see a lot of people with multiple side hustles. They have their job, and then they have their full-time gig, but they also have other things that they are, doing by the side. They're doing to just keep maintaining the lifestyle and, our double budget lifestyle that I keep talking about. And what that leads to is you see people having this burnout quietly, and something we're trying to make it a normal conversation now within our own ecosystem and the African American Collective. We have mental health experts who come talk about burnout, mental health issues. But traditionally, that is not a conversation we embrace. All right. And so I want to say this, and I hope it's not controversial, but more effort is not the same as more income. It just is not. More, hard work is good, but more work is not necessarily going to lead to more money. I can tell you, I know, I've lived this life. And so, why do we hit these income ceilings for us as immigrants? Why is this a challenge? Why do immigrants hit income ceilings? That there's a few, structural and psychological factors that affect us. Again, some of the things I already talked about. But I'll start with career compromise, right? The first job a lot of people take is taking for survival. A lot of people, that's how we start our journey. You get what you can so you can pay bills, so you can live, so you can take care of responsibility. It's survival driven. And what happens is you have the skills mismatch. You have qualifications and expertise and talents that are not being utilized by this survival job, because what's good is the talent if you're not working, right? So this is what's paying me, so I'm going to do it. But what we tend to see happen is when you take on these jobs and these opportunities, people stay too long because it's safe, it's stable, and somehow they've end up compromising their career. They compromise the original goals.